Did you know that we have been trying to study Antarctica, but only a fraction of the massive continent is known to date? And let me tell you, all these discoveries today are sure going to impress you. So in this video, we've collected 10 such discoveries in Antarctica that are nothing short of supernatural. So let's get into the video. Number 10. Giant void hidden under Antarctica's ice threatens vast glacier. There is a giant void hiding under the Antarctic ice, and it's growing larger and more menacing by the day. The cavity is colossal, about 2/3 the area of Manhattan and nearly 1,000 feet or 300 meters tall. It's growing at the bottom of the 𝗙𝗧𝗏𝗡 Glacier in West Antarctica, and it's rapidly enabling ice melt above it. Scientists thought there might be some gaps between the 𝗙𝗧𝗏𝗡 Glacier and the bedrock below it, where ocean water could flow in and melt the icy glacier above it. But even though they found the immensity and speed of the void's growth surprising, the void is large enough to have once held 15 billion tons of ice, but much of that ice has melted. Scientists spotted the concealed void thanks to a new generation of satellites. The researchers also used data from a constellation of Italian and German spacecraft that are equipped with an SAR, or synthetic aperture radar, that can measure how ground surface has shifted. In essence, this means that the glacier at this spot is exposed to the ebb and flow of the tide, which causes the ice at the grounding line to retreat and advance across a region that is about 2 to 3 miles or 3 to 5 kilometers long. Number 9. Bacteria lurking in the ice. For the first time, scientists report they have found bacteria living in the cold and dark deep under the Antarctic ice, a discovery that might advance knowledge of how life could survive on other planets or moons, and that offers the first glimpse of a vast ecosystem of microscopic life in underground lakes in Antarctica. A network of hundreds of lakes lies sandwiched between the continent's land and the ice that covers it, and scientists thought that it could harbor life. It transforms the way we view the Antarctic continent. After drilling through a half-mile of ice into the 23 square mile, 5-foot deep Lake 𝗲𝗏𝗏, the expedition's scientists recovered water and sediment samples that showed clear signs of life. They saw cells under a microscope, and chemical tests showed that the cells were alive and metabolizing energy. Every precaution has been taken to prevent contamination of the lake with bacteria from the surface or the overlying ice. It is indeed to determine what kinds of bacteria have been found and how they live. There is no sunlight, so the bacteria must depend on organic material that has drifted into the lake from other sources, for instance decaying microbes from melting glaciers, or on minerals in the rock of the Antarctic continent. Number 8. The Loch Ness Monster's home. Paleontologists have discovered the remains of an ancient Loch Ness Monster look-alike in freezing Antarctica. And just like the legendary Nessie, it wasn't the run of the litter. A 4-flippered marine reptile that lived during the dinosaur age, measured a colossal 36 feet or 11 meters long from snout to tail, about as long as a modern telephone pole. This newfound sea monster is now the largest known elasmosaurid, a type of plesiosaur with a long neck, on record. Not only is it quite long, it's also quite stocky, and weighed nearly 15 tons or 13.4 metric tons when it was alive, making it the heaviest known elasmosaurid during that time. The scientists collected 1,760 pounds or 800 kilograms of fossilized bones embedded in the rock. So, what do you think about the video so far? Let us know down in the comments. Do you know what would make it even better? You! Like this video and subscribe to our channel. This will encourage us to make even better content your way. Number 7. Seal with superpowers. In Antarctica, where colonies of penguins and elephant seals aggregate, their droppings, rich in nitrogen, enrich the soil and supporting thriving communities of mosses, lichens, and invertebrates. Ammonia released from penguin and elephant seal feces can influence an area of up to 240 times the size of the animal colony. The researchers found, where colonies of penguins and elephant seals aggregate, their droppings, rich in nitrogen, enrich the soil and support thriving communities of mosses, lichens, and invertebrates. It's not just areas immediately around the borders of the colonies that are rich in biodiversity. The influence of the animal's excrement seems to spread more than 1,000 meters or 0.62 miles away. What we see is the poo produced by seals and penguins partly evaporates as ammonia. Then the ammonia gets picked up by the wind and is blown inland, and this makes its way into the soil and provides the nitrogen that primary producers need in order to survive in this landscape. These findings can be used to create maps of Antarctica's biodiversity hotspots, the researchers say. Now we can predict where biodiversity hotspots are and where our losses are based on the presence of penguin colonies and how many penguins there are in that colony. Number 6. Lava Lake. The lava lake discovered on Sub-Antarctic Island, an ocean near the South Pole, may not be the obvious place to look for lava. But in the icy South Sandwich Islands in the Southern Ocean, a lake of fiery hot lava has been discovered inside a volcano. Researchers believe that the lake could be between 90 to 215 meters across, and the temperature of the lava could be more than 1,000 degrees Celsius. That means the lava is 10 times hotter than boiling water. A final lava lake can be found in the Mount Erebus volcano in Antarctica. Number 5. The sea level is rising. An international effort that brought together more than 60 ice, ocean, and atmospheric scientists from 36 international institutions has generated new estimates of how much an impact Earth's melting ice sheets could have on global sea levels by the year 2100. If greenhouse gas emissions continue at pace, Greenland and Antarctica's ice sheets could together contribute more than 15 inches or 38 centimeters of global sea level rise. And that's the amount that has already been set in motion by Earth's warming climate. Results from this effort are in line with projections in the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's 2019 special report on oceans and the cryosphere. Meltwater from ice sheets contribute to about a third of the global sea level rise. The IPCC report projected that Greenland would contribute 3.1 to 10.6 inches, or 8 to 27 centimeters, to global sea level rise between 2000 and 2100, and Antarctica could contribute 1.2 to 11 inches, or 3 to 28 centimeters. With warming air temperatures melting the surface of the ice sheet and warming ocean temperatures causing ocean-terminating glaciers to retreat, Greenland's ice sheet is a significant contributor to sea level rise. The ISMIP-6 team investigated 2 different scenarios the IPCC had set for future climate to predict sea level rise between 2015 and 2100, one with carbon emissions increasing rapidly and another with lower emissions. If you like what you see so far, then do consider subscribing to our channel. We like to bring content that you like, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Alright, back to the video. Number 4. The Pyramids of Antarctica. Antarctica is Earth's most remote and least explored continent. It is buried under as much as 3 miles of ice in some places, but recent satellite imagery has revealed what appear to be the tops of man-made pyramids scattered throughout the ice-covered landscape. Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that an ice-free Antarctica may have been colonized by extraterrestrials in the remote past, until a global catastrophe plunged it into the Ice Age. Scientists have reported strange magnetic anomalies radiating from beneath the ice. The Nazis allegedly made secret expeditions to the continent in search of a lost civilization, and government whistleblowers have come forward with claims of strange sightings. Perhaps hidden beneath the ice of this frozen continent lies the truth about our extraterrestrial origins. This is just a mountain that looks like a pyramid. Pyramid shapes are not impossible. Many peaks partially look like pyramids, but they only have 1 to 2 faces like that, rarely 4. The mountain isn't that tall by planetary standards, just 4,150 feet or 1,265 meters, or a little less than 1/5 the height of Denali, the tallest mountain in North America. This freeze-thaw erosion happens countless times, leading to the creation of larger cracks that can eventually cause entire rock sections to break off. These forces likely also shaped other pyramidal mountains, including the Matterhorn in the Alps. 3 of the mountain's 4 sides appear to have eroded at about the same rate. It suggests, since it came out so evenly, that the rock type is fairly uniform. In other words, the nameless mountain is likely all in one rock layer. You can actually probably see the mountain from up there in the Patriot Hills. Number 3. Singing ice. Scientists detected the vibration unexpectedly. They had installed 34 seismic sensors on the Ross Ice Shelf from 2014 to 2017 to monitor other aspects of ice shelf behavior. But when they reviewed the readings, they noticed that the topmost snow layer was vibrating practically all the time from the active winds that whipped over its uneven surface, causing a seismic hum. It's kind of like you're blowing a flute constantly on the ice shelf. Monitoring the song of the ice shelf could allow scientists to track shifts in surface ice remotely and practically in real time. This could help them piece together a more complete picture of ice shelf stability, and it could raise an early red flag if the shelf becomes vulnerable to collapse. Basically, what we have in our hands is a tool to monitor the environment and its impact on the ice shelf. So this is evident that there is much more to Antarctica than just ice. Don't go anywhere because the top 2 are the most surreal, and you would not want to miss any of these most exciting discoveries on Antarctica. Number 2. Stardust older than the Sun. This Antarctic meteorite holds a tiny speck of stardust that's older than the solar system. A tiny speck of stardust hidden within a meteorite from Antarctica is likely older than our Sun, and was catapulted into our celestial neighborhood by an ancient star explosion that predates the formation of our solar system. This ancient grain is only 1/25,000th of an inch, sports a croissant-like shape, and could tell us a thing or two about the origins of our solar system. The results provide further evidence about both carbon and oxygen-rich grains that come from nova explosions help build the solar system. Though the grain was way too small for the researchers to date it, they guessed based on its composition and the meteorite that it came from that it's at least 4.5 billion years old, around the time our solar system was formed. In any case, the very existence of this speck of primordial history is amazing. The researchers said it's remarkable when you think about all the events along the way that should have killed this grain. And number 1, Shackleton's lost ship. It's going to take a monumental effort to locate the iconic ship of Antarctic explorer Ernest Shackleton. This is the conclusion of scientists who have tried and failed to find Endurance, which sank in 3,000 meters of water in the Weddell Sea in 1915. The team says the sea ice in the area above the wreck site is nearly always thick and extensive. The Weddell Sea expedition in 2019 did amazingly well, researching the recognized wreck location and launching an autonomous underwater vehicle to survey the ocean floor. What it might have detected, we'll never know. Encroaching sea ice forced the team to abandon its AUV and vacate the area. The expedition scientists have now written up an assessment of the local conditions in this unforgiving sector of the Antarctic. They've also provided some advice to anyone else who might want to search for Shackleton's polar yacht. So that's it for this video. Did you like it? You know what to do. Like and comment your views down below. Which one was your favorite discovery? Thanks for watching and see you soon.